Hello everybody. In this lesson, we are going to learn the needs and benefits of using tables and pivot tables using MS Excel. Pivot tables are used for quick answers and analysis of complex questions. When you have a large data set and you have some complex questions, you can use drag and drop functions to create pivot tables to answer your questions. It can also be used as a statistical tool to summarize and reorganize selected columns and row of your data in a spreadsheet or a database table to obtain a desired report. The tool doesn't actually change its spreadsheet or database itself. It is simply pivots or turns the data to view it from different perspective. Pivot tables are useful when formulas fail to help you. Okay. So this is the data set that we are going to use, and this data set contains the names of different flowers and different colors of flowers. Okay. Suppose we want to create a table. You can see the difference. Suppose you want to create a uh, that table. Okay, so what do we want to do? So let me sort and filter. Okay, so how many that purple colors are there? Okay, how many green colors of flowers are there? Okay, similarly yellow, red, blue, all these things. So how many flowers are there? So different colors like blue is there, green is there, purple is there, red is there, yellow is there. Okay, let me write here. So blue, then green, then purple, okay, purple, then red, then yellow. Okay, so number of blue flowers we can use it. We can use a formula here that is called count if. We have also used this earlier. Okay, count if. So first we have to that take the range. Then what is the criteria? So this color, blue color is here in this. Okay, therefore we have selected the range, and what we are looking for here, we are looking for blue color, comma, then blue. This is the color we are going to look at. So we got this 10. Okay, so then we can simple drag it. We have got it. Okay, so here we have used a formula, and if we use this formula, it can be also time consuming. Okay, so let us see how we can create this using a pivot table. Okay, so you can see this is here. We have to select the cell inside our data set, then we can use this insert tab, then pivot from the table range. Okay, we can see. So now automatically table range has been selected. So this is the data set that we are going to use. So manually you can also use. Okay, if you have selected data, you do not want to include some of the data from the table, you can also ignore this by manually selecting. So then what this is the range, then new worksheet that we can create one new worksheet. Suppose we want to use the existing worksheet, means same we can also use. Okay, so then we can put as okay. So you can see a new sheet has been created. Okay, so we have these two that columns, flower names and colors, these have appeared. So simple we can use drag and drop button. Okay, drag and drop functions to get it. So this is, we can create like this. We have just what I have done, I have dragged color here. So you see there are 5 different colors have been there in the row. Similarly I want to count it. Okay, so it is, now it has been created. Similarly, so when we have many columns, okay, so many columns are there. Suppose 10 columns, 20 colors, 20 columns are there, and there are data in those columns, and we can simple drag and drop, and we can create the table. This is the benefit. Okay, and in case of table, what happens if the individual that we have to use individual formula for different columns and rows for different calculations. We can also, we have to use. This is the benefits of pivot table over a table. Okay, So then there are some of the key benefits that you can that find while using, you can enjoy in using this pivot table, are that it is very much powerful. Powerful means it can uncover insights and answers key questions relating to your data. Just as I told, suppose you have large data set, that it can, you have like the 20 columns are there, okay, and you have columns means these are the dimensions, just as we have got it flower and colors here, there are two that columns are there. Suppose you have 20 columns, all these 20 columns will appear here. Simple, you can drop and drag and you can get the results, okay. So then it can be also beautiful in the sense, suppose you can here also use custom style conditional formatting, you can also use, you can see earlier you have, we have also seen this. Suppose conditional formatting, you can see here conditional formatting options, you can see color scale, all these things also you can use this. Suppose you want, you can also use this. So color scale, you can make it beautiful, and it can be also fast. In case of table we have used formula, but here it is simple, the drag and drop, okay. We have many functions that here we will see also, okay. So whatever functions are required, we'll also use depending on the nature of the data, okay. It can be also fast. We can create a custom view filter, and we can use filter, okay, and calculate fields. Okay. Then it is also accurate, it minimizes error, it automate calculations, it can also automate calculations, okay. And it is also flexible in the sense it can manipulate tables layouts, okay, create dynamic views in seconds. So all these things you can uh, enjoy these, all these advantages here, okay. So now let us understand the benefits of what is the context where you can use a table, you can see. So this is this these are the names of the product. There are 5 product A B C D E. Okay, these are the 2 year sales 2022 and 23. Suppose I want to that make a total. Okay, sum function I can use equal to for this equal to then sum. This is suppose 2022 sales we are going to use, so we can get it here. So we have got it in 2022 total sales of 5 products is to 23,800. It is the total sales. So what else? Suppose I want to use, like I want to add some of the product like F. Take for example, I will add F, and here I will add some 6,000. So this figure is not going to change. You can see it remains the same. Okay, it is not changing because you can see when I click, so there is a formula. The formula is applicable. This is the range I have selected. I have not selected this a product value for 2022. So what we need to do, you can see this. This is the range with a column, it is there. So what we need to do, Excel, what Excel does here, Excel treats this as a bunch of data. It is not a table. Therefore, it is not automatically treating it as a table. So what we need to do, we have to instruct Excel that it is a table. How can you do? So you can see, you can keep inside the table that you can select a cell of your table, then you can put inserts. So you can see you have table option is there and pivot tables. So one is two types of tables, one is normal table, another is pivot tables. So we have to instruct Excel that it is a table, okay. So how can you get? So you can select this, or simple control T, you can also uh, that use. So you can see this is the range, by default it has selected. So these are, because these are the continuous data, so so therefore it has selected this, okay. So this is, so my table has header. Header means this product, and 2022 sales, 2023 sales are headers. Therefore if my tables contains errors, that the headers, you can click here, okay, or you can ignore it, okay. So I have a header, so you can see. So once I selected this, once I made it okay, then what happens? You look at the formatting of the this data. Now it has become a table. Let us change the color. So let us make it so red color or whatever color that you want to make. So now it has become okay. So now you have a filter has been added. You can see. So this is now. So now suppose I want to add it. Okay, I want to add here one data, that is a product I want to add. Okay, then you see the setting by default it is that one row has been expanded. Suppose I want to add here something 6700. You can see the value is changing. Okay, you can see this value is also changing. Okay, automatically that means this table becomes automatically. So what is more important, that when we create a table we have to instruct MS Excel that it is a table, therefore it can automate our calculations. Okay, suppose EFG I want to add here 5000. So automatically it is changing. You can see this value is changing. Okay, similarly suppose take for example, let me write also here 4000. So more data, let me add 3000. Okay, so now if you see the uh, table below the table, when we are adding data, so by automatically it is making the calculations. So let us see. So what happens when we add data to the right hand side of the table? Suppose take for example, let me write total sales. Total sales. Okay, let me write total sales. Okay, so I will make the calculation sum. Okay, then number one, number two, it is continuous data. You can see. So now instead of columns, when we didn't have the we didn't give the instruction to MS Excel. So what it did, it is selected like C5. It was C5 colon. This is the range it was telling. But what happens here? Here you the syntax you can see. It is changing. Okay, it is changing. So therefore you see the difference because it's a table. Therefore it is automated. Okay, and you can see when I don't need to drag it once again to that apply this formula. There's some formula here in the rest of the cell below it. So automatically what happens when I applied the formula here instead of dragging it earlier when we didn't give instruction to MS Excel. So what we need to do, we had to that calculate one cell, then we were dragging here, but it was not required here. Okay, by default it is the formula is applying below it, below the cells. Okay, so basically this is the advantage when we make calculations like without instructing MS Excel as a table, and it will not automate our calculation. But here when we instruct MS Excel as a table, what it is doing, it is automatically calculating and we are getting the results. This is the advantages when we add that we when we instruct MS Excel that it is a table and we convert our data into table. Okay, we add data below the table, it will automatically take this data as part of the table. Okay, we have seen this. Okay, so we must understand what is the context where we can use this pivot table and tables. Okay, so that's for the lessons. See you in the next one.